Hey everyone, Michael Kurtanik, Macintosh Realtors here. Hope everyone is doing well and enjoying the beautiful weather that we're having. Excited here to talk about today's topic, and hopefully you, the viewer, will learn something. And if you have any questions, please let us know. You just message us, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll toss it over to Laura. Laura, how you doing today?
Oh, all is fantastic. I'm at the shore, so everything is perfect.
Great, great. What do you want to talk about today?
I think it would be a great idea to talk about um, how to build equity in your home.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great topic, and people need to understand what equity is. So, what do you think about that topic?
I think that sounds great. I get this question a lot, and I'm always on the fence because I tell my clients, Laura, I handle the sticks and bricks. I don't handle your money. That's for Laura. She handles your money. I don't get involved with that. But when I'm talking to a buyer and they're discussing whether they should rent or buy, I talk to them about building wealth through owning a home and building home equity. And then they're like, what's home equity? And then I get into this thing about what home equity is. And so I do that. And I tell them I'm not a financial planner, but having home equity is a lot better than paying a rent each month if you can help it. So um, here's kind of what I tell them, Laura, and please correct me if I'm wrong. But home
Okay.
equity is basically it's a formula, right? It's the value of your home minus what your payoff balance is on your mortgage. So simplest of terms, if your house is worth 600,000 and you owe $300,000, then your equity is $300,000. Do I have that right, Laura?
Yes, yes. That's a very simple calculation, and most people can do it very easily. They can go on one of the, of course, they can call you and ask for, a CMA, kind of a
Mhm.
workup of what the market value of their home is, or they can just go online to one of the millions of websites out there about real estate, and they'll give you an estimated value. And then just subtract. You can just look at your most recent mortgage statement and look at, now the principal balance isn't necessarily your payoff, but just for
Right.
basic calculation, it's close enough. Um, so subtract out what you owe on your loan, and there's your equity. But the beautiful thing about equity is that you're building it every month.
Right. Right.
Every time you make a payment, you make that payment, part of your payment is towards the principal. So your principal balance is going down. So you owe a little less.
Mhm.
So that you owe less, that means you own more
Yeah.
equity.
There you go. There you go. So if people just want raw numbers, absolutely. But if they want detailed numbers, especially if they're thinking about selling a home, your realtor should not only do a market analysis of the home, but also provide you as a seller with what we call in the business a seller's net sheet. It's an estimated net sheet of what you're going to walk away from the table with. And in that seller's net sheet, we'll put, the range of pricing your home, less your principal balance, your payoff balance, and then less the taxes and commissions and stuff like that. So we can provide you with that if you're thinking about it. But in terms of home equity, just raw numbers, value minus what you owe, and that's your home equity.
And why is home equity important to people?
Well, so I tell people that it's good to build wealth, right? I mean, and the more equity you have,
Good
the
idea. I
wealthier you
love
are.
building wealth. That's awesome.
Yeah, it gives you more opportunities, and yeah, and you can achieve other goals. For example, if you sell your $600,000 home and pay off the $300,000 balance, you can use that equity to purchase the next home, right? And the
Mhm.
lender, you, Laura, you will see what I sell my house for, what I owe on it, and then you factor that in when you provide a loan for me, the buyer. So
Mhm.
it gives you wealth. So, the more equity, the better, of course. The other thing too is that you can use that equity on your home, in this example, $300,000, to maybe even open up a home equity line of credit. If
Mhm.
you want to build an addition in your house, finish the basement, consolidate
Yeah.
student loans, whatever, right? So by having more equity, it gives you more wealth, gives you more freedom to do other things to further improve your house or to reduce other debt.
Yeah, absolutely. And a home equity line is a variable rate loan. It's kind of like having a big credit card attached to your house. But so when you get a home equity line, you should talk to your lender and your financial planner and make a plan on how you're going to pay it off. Because that's the only kind of downside to having a home equity line is people use it, but then they get that interest only payment and they kind of forget that they're not paying it down. So that's probably the number one question that I get about home equity lines, and that's like the annoyance of them is people find them difficult to pay off. So definitely they're fine to have as long as you're being sensible about how you use it and what you use it for. But also before you extend that credit to yourself, make sure you have a payoff plan, a
Right,
strategy in place that
right.
you've committed to so that you pay it off. So then you can use it again. That's the beauty of having that home equity line attached to your house.
Right. And Laura, as you and I have seen through the years, just from personal and family experiences, you never know what could befall a family. And there's never any judgment about why you want to use your home equity towards something else, right? Medical illness, whatever,
Mhm.
So it's just simply the point here today is simply this. The more home equity you have, the more you pay down that mortgage, the more freedom you have for just those things that might come up that just come out of the blue.
Yeah, it
So
gives you some financial flexibility. So are there other ways that you can build equity in your home?
yeah, so common sense dictates that the longer you stay in a home and the longer you pay down the principal, the more equity you're gonna have, right? So if you're only in it for like a year or three, you're not gonna have that much equity, depending on the terms of your loan. But you just the longer you stay at home, the bigger the home equity is, which is great. But the other thing that people do, and I've seen this from financial advisors, and even though I'm not one, here's what you can do too is you have 12 months in a year, so you have 12 mortgage payments, right?
Mhm.
So if you can budget in your household budget an additional 1/12 of your mortgage each month, then by the end of the calendar year, you will have paid down 13 months of principal rather
Mhm.
than this 12 months. So I'll give you an example. So if your mortgage payment is $2,400 a month, okay, and you divide that by 12, that's $200. So if you pay your $2,400 mortgage plus an additional 200 each month and earmark that 200 just for the principal, not the interest,
Mhm.
you will gain by the end of the year an additional $2,400 in equity and a deduction of your principal at the end of a calendar year. So making an extra mortgage payment each month, uh, each year, 13 months instead of 12 months.
And the math on that is really, it sounds like it's not that much, but you will reduce a 30-year mortgage to about a 23.2-year mortgage. So you're cutting off more than 7 years in the term of your mortgage. You're shortening your term. So you'd have it paid off in 22 and plus years. So that one extra payment a year can make a big difference
Yes,
in,
it is.
how long and it cuts down the interest and everything. So it's really something so simple that yields a big result. So small little tiny effort, big result. It's
Yep,
fantastic.
yep.
Math is just beautiful. I love it. That's why I'm in finance. Because it's so beautiful. It just works in your favor when you just put a little bit of effort and you make a plan. So it's a
You got
great
it.
thing. And I love planning with my customers. So you have my number there right on the screen. So we can talk about this. It's very, very simple. So the other thing that builds equity is market appreciation, which you don't actually have to do anything other than take care of your house.
Right, and that is something that I was hesitant about bringing up, but since you brought it up, Laura, that's something we can't control because,
Right.
like the pandemic, we had that, and then we had the Wall Street collapsing years ago, right?
Mhm.
So there are some things that happen way out of our control. We can only control what we can control. But
Right.
absolutely right. If you make the improvements to your house and you stay there and everything goes well, absolutely real estate appreciates, and over the course of a lifetime
Yeah. I mean,
will
it might
appreciate
zig and
greatly.
zag while,
Right,
month to month and year to year, but overall, we're appreciating because they're not making any more land and there's a housing shortage. But yeah,
correct.
you don't control that. So stop thinking about it. Whether the market is booming or flat or going down a little, don't think about it. Just make your payment, enjoy your house, take good care of
That's
it,
it.
raise your family, take your photos, and
Perfect.
be happy. So it's great. And that is the big thing about being an owner over a renter. So it's just the beauty of owning your own home, and you're always building that equity with every payment.
Yeah, you bet, Laura. And I want to end this video on home equity with just a little bit of advice to everybody out there. Definitely talk to your financial planner. Definitely talk to your realtor and lender. We're on your team. We're here to help you. Any chance you get, reduce your expenses, save your money, and really consider with whoever is living under the roof with you. It's part of the household budget. Look to pay down the principal. Building equity builds wealth. And when you build wealth, you have more freedom to do things that are in your control and react to things that are out of your control. So I just wanted to talk about home equity today and as a wealth builder, and I hope the viewers learned something today. And if you want to stay in touch with us, please message us, and I'll be happy to give you some more information about home equity. I'll send it over to you. Just let us know. And that's all I got, Laura.
Awesome, awesome topic. And if you're not a homeowner, call us so we can help you become one. You got my
Perfect.
number there. Contact Michael or I, or together on a conference call. There you go. And we're
Awesome.
happy to provide this information. But any questions, just reach out to us. We're happy to hear from you.
You got it. Thanks, Laura. I appreciate your time, and I
Thank you.
appreciate
Great
you.
topic.
We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.